Dear students, you are now studying at AGH University of Science and Technology. That is great news. It's a fantastic step forward for you, but also for humanity. Allow me to explain. You see, technology without science or the scientific method is really very slow to progress. Think about it. We started making stone tools 800,000 years ago. We invented farming about 10,000 years ago. Bronze, the wheel, iron, all those things took thousands of years to get to a new phase. However, it was enough to propel humanity into the enlightened period of antique Greece and Rome. During the Middle Ages, however, that progress stopped because of society collapsed on the back of lack of structure, bubonic plague, and we went through a period of really very slow progress. But progress was there, and by the year 1600 we made a major step forward. We started private enterprise and ownership through private joint stock companies. So companies that the ownership is on shares that can be transferred to other people. And that appeared to be a very efficient way to gather more capital, to share risks and profit. That was needed because we needed to build boats, and boats are expensive, and we needed those boats to go to the other part of the world, to India, to trade. And on the back of that international trade, society moved forward for hundreds of years. But after a while, we needed something different to make more progress. We needed something that would allow us to make factories. We needed a source of power to fuel those factories. Already, for hundreds of years, we were working on a steam engine. Finally, in 1770, James Watt had his machine ready. That steam engine, plus the joint stock company, was a fantastic combination. In that sense that it created wealth and prosperity as never before. But also that period came to an end in the Panic of London of 1850, deep economic crisis. And you see that scenario of exponential growth and then a deep economic crisis, that scenario has been repeating over and over again since then. In the periods of around 60 years, we have seen the rise and the fall of the steam engine, then the steam train, then after the First World War, the internal combustion engine, electricity, magnetism. That ended in the Great Depression of 1929. After the Second World War, we had a better version of the car, but also the petrochemical sector. And after the market crashes of 1973 and 74, we had the electronic computer. We have seen the progress that that could bring, but we have also seen the economic problems that it brought at the end of in the year 2008. Now we are just recovering of the ending of that last period. And of course, science and technology are there to provide new axes of development. For example, there is artificial intelligence, big data, robotic process automation, that is a vested technology that is there and that is already starting to fuel the economy. There is also nanotechnology, biotechnology that certainly will support economic growth. There is also, lurking around the corner, quantum computers. But that is early days. That is probably for the next cycle. That should start around the year 2080. So you see that what you will be doing here at AGH University of Science and Technology is helping humanity out of this pit of economic despair into a new period of economic growth, wealth creation and prosperity. So I do hope that you will take over the flame of love for science, technology and logic, and that you will make sure that that technology makes the future brighter for all of us. I do thank you in advance.